Hello everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, listening to the tranquil sound of the clock, and also staring at a picture that's kind of creepy of Princess Peach. Funny thing is, I was sitting here just staring at this to show where we were going next, of course. I found myself thinking, you remember that nightmare that I had that I told you about? Where I was playing a game, like I was playing a Legend of Zelda game that I'm assuming was probably ended up being like a ROM hack type thing. I could see becoming a ROM hack. And I made a joke about how my dad likes to leave games, you know, running with the character just standing there without it pausing, like, you know, with not even pausing it, right? And I made a joke about a nightmare that I had in which I was playing a game and I left for a while. When I came back, it played like the, you know, happy salesman laugh type thing. Like it played a sound like that, similar to that, or some other kind of laugh, I don't remember. And then all of a sudden, a character that looked like one of the bosses from Skyward Sword came out, and he was like, "So, you like to leave your game unpaused, huh? Well then, I am going to come in and kill you unless you come back in the next, you know, amount of time." And so I come back into the room, you know, I'm seeing this and I'm like, uh-oh. And I grab the controller, I quickly like turn around and I swing the sword at the apparition because it appears right then. And all of a sudden it jumps backwards and it's like, "Oh, I see you're finally back. Well, in that case, don't leave again, or your character will die." And then it vanished. And sure enough, I never left the game without pausing it in the dream, of course. Like I could feel like that's something that I would do because I think I woke up right after that, you know? But I'm seriously thinking that like this is something that you could potentially make like a creepypasta of, is you're staring at this frickin' picture of Peach for so long that it literally transforms into a monster and like kills you, you know, or like jump scares the shit out of you. I don't know. But anyway, here we go. So yep, nothing in that direction. So we have to follow what the arrow tells us to do. Now, this is the ultimate challenge in finding red coins and all that. Each one is very challenging to find. The first one is right here, and the one that a lot of people miss. Don't believe me? I missed it every single time I played this level until finally I decided, you know what? This stupid block here, what is this even for? And I decided to move it back and discovered the, you know, red coin. That is put there literally to screw. Now, here's another interesting fact. The red coins of this, besides that fact, are still easier than Rainbow Ride and TikTok Clock, in my opinion. And yet, I'm gonna have to look around to find them because I don't actually remember where all of them are. That's why I decided to come down here, because I remember this just having coins, and I was like, well, I want to check. Beyond that, of course. Just a this is bullcrap. So you got that safe area there, right? Yeah, that's what you do. I got stuck in there for literally the longest time. And yes, I am gonna die here because I forgot the button to let go, and so I just pulled up without thinking. But no, my story of this stage is hilarious. So, we made it here without getting 120 stars, of course, because we never did. And I can say, without a doubt, that we had the hardest time getting through this stage because we could not, for the life of us, figure out how to get past that thwomp. For the longest time, we could not figure out how to get past that thwomp. Eventually, we just tried. Now I'm just playing like a 5-year-old. But no, eventually, what we decided to do was just quickly jump over him. That's what we did. And you're probably thinking, Mike, are you fucking for real? You're not even trying. I know. You can shut up now. But no, this stage caused us the most amount of problems possible out of every other stage in the game. And the funny thing about it is it was all because of the fact that we couldn't get past that part. And then another part that comes up that we couldn't figure out for the longest amount of time is the part that comes after that. And it's the part where you have to make a kind of semi-triple jump to, move on. Talking about my past with video games. Actually, you can come up here, but here's the problem. If you do that, not only do you have this guy, who will throw you to your death, you also miss a red coin. So you can't do that. You cannot do that. I was proving a point that you can do that, but you shouldn't do that because you will miss a red coin. I think 2 actually. So here's the thing. That big purple fuckface is there literally for one reason and one reason alone. To kill you the second you make your way across a very taxing jump. That's why he's there, to be a complete and total cunt nugget. And I did not come up with that word myself. That actually was from a guy that I used to watch, but I don't watch anymore. Not only because he doesn't post anything anymore, but because ever since he kind of posted this one video, I found myself being like, do this Oh. I don't remember being able to do that. I think that's a glitch. He's supposed to try to smash you, and then you, you know, run underneath him. But he didn't do that. Just like that. So yeah, as you see there. Oh wait. Ah. You can't just make your way up there. There is a red coin here though. Not here, but there's one. Oh, I guess not. Huh. My mistake, viewers. Don't listen to a word I say, apparently. Do as I do, not as I say, I guess. I like to think that this material is like super rubberized, you know? And that's why you're able to stop on a dime like that. I don't know. That must have been fun to program. This is bullshit. There you go. We got it though. Wait a minute. What the hell was that? Did you see that? When I made that jump across, it looked like there was a red coin down below. Guess we'll soon find out. Now this platform won't disappear, by the way, so don't worry about that. Do not go for that. Ouch, I can't even remember if there's anything up there. Or if that's just a shortcut. I love how those are Goomba blocks. Ah, so that's just this one. So you can get a shortcut if you jump onto it. Just say, where the fuck am I? I can't even move without finding confirmation as to where I am. I know, I'm playing terrible again, I'm sorry. I really don't mean to. It scares me too. I wonder if I can spoil that show without pissing off people. Well, I guess I can. So I've been watching Arrow, right? And what in the goddamn hell? Anyway, I'm on right now season 2. And one thing I can say about it compared to season 1, I don't like it that much. And I think it's funny because so I've been watching it for a while now, right? And here's my reason why. Basically, the main character does a drastic change to himself, right? And I feel like it kind of takes away partly from the original, feeling of the show, in my honest to God opinion. That's just how I feel, is that they are weird. Like, it's kind of weird that they decided to do that. And I also don't like how the rest of the characters are acting too in some cases, And I know that's just me being picky, I'm sure. There's always gonna be something that's done in a show that makes you be like, why did they do this? Everybody will admit to that. But no, my thing is that I just feel like I think it's kind of weird that that's the direction they decided to take, Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only know of one, and it's right back here. So wait, when I said that I saw a red coin, could that have been where it is? I'm gonna have to look this up real quick. In the middle of the recording, like a pro. Okay, so here's the ones we got. We got the one at the start. We got the one on the tiny piranha flower. Yeah, we got that. Shit. It's exactly where I thought it would be. Like, basically, it would be better for me to just kill myself to get it. So, yeah, there is a platform over here somewhere too. I might as well show you where that is real quick. It's right here. But the one where we're missing is literally back at the start. I'm not kidding. Ouch. See, this level may not seem that long, but it's because it's completely vertical, which makes it hard. See right there? See how I said, I remember there being a coin down here. That's because there is. It's right here. Oh my god. Literally just had a mini heart attack. Mike, stop! 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 You're fucking up on purpose. Stop! There you go. How to know when someone is literally on the edge of just losing it all is when they start screaming their own name at themselves to start. Oh god. What was that show called? I mean, that movie. There was a movie documentary type thing, and it was about this guy who did a filibuster, right? And he like falls in love with this girl during it, and he's trying so hard to get them to see things his way, right? Almost to the point where he is literally killing himself, basically. And I'm sure someone will know what I'm talking about now. But like basically the story goes that like this whole time he's just unrelenting on his filibuster stance, right? And he's talking about everything and anything under the sun, right? And eventually he's like literally like just barely struggling to stand up. Like he can't even like really bring himself to move that much, right? Like he's having to like use the podium to keep himself standing. And the girl that likes him, you know, wow, another power star, you know, says, like, screams at one point. She's like, Jack, you gotta stop. I think his name's Jack, if I remember right. She's like, you got to stop. And then, like, you know, collapses on the person next to her and just starts bawling, right? And he looks up into the audience and he has this look on his face like, I'm not stopping, you know? And he goes, and like all of a sudden you hear one of the people leave the room and a gunshot in the next room, right? And it puts the camera in there and you see him like waving the gun above his head, like, just let me do this. And he's basically trying to shoot himself in the head. And what ends up happening is like the guy finally wrestles the gun from him and he comes back into the room and he's like, fine, just fine, okay, well just make this stop, you know, basically, and, you know, gives up, you know. If you know what that movie's called, then yeah. And if you remember it being as like weird as ever, you know, it's just, yeah. Mario, you again. Well, that's just fine. I've been looking for something to fry with my fire breath. Your star power is useless against me. Your friends are all trapped within the walls. And you'll never see the princess again. Sure thing, Bowser. This probably won't work too well. Well, they're with that side. You don't have all day to just sit there. Okay, I'll take it. Now it's 3 hits for this fight. It's not just 1 anymore. Or 2. It's 3. The first 2 are not what you should be worried about. It's the third one you have to worry about, and you'll see why. So the first two, it's actually possible to cheat like you did before. Throw him near the edge and then hit him in the face with the bomb, right? That is possible. It's not the way you're supposed to do it, but it is the way you can do it. This music is the best. Yes, I gave up on him because, for one, he was way too far away, and two, ouch. I'm not good at aiming this at all. You already know that from the other fights that I've done. See, he's a lot smarter. He knows what you can and cannot do. So, he will make sure that you are literally screwed over. Ah, how did I manage to do that? Oh. I guess it's not an area that you can break. Ah! I did not know you could do that. I just was like, I have to do something. Jump! Jump! Here we go. Now if you zoom out, the map is a star. And don't worry, he cannot, oh, please be one there. Nope. He cannot destroy any more places. However, he will cause you to get hurt by the ground. No, you don't. You will hear me say that more times in this fight than I've ever said in my life. Oh, screw you, Bowser, you son of a bitch. It is so easy to die during this point. So, don't freak out, you know. Everything you can to avoid it. And for a while, like if you have to, whatever you have to do, just do it. If you have to, you know, run away for a while to just collect yourself, do it. If you have to go and get a drink, do it. If you have to go and eat your favorite snack, go do that too. I mean, do something. Just don't sit there and let him kill you. It's so long. It's literally like the funniest thing when people say that. Now, getting in practice of throwing at the thing instead of just trying to, you know, make it where he, like, rolls into it or whatever is a good idea. But, oh, I thought I timed that perfect. Because I'm trying to do this where I end up timing it based more on, as if I do have lag, even though I don't, you know? Because I feel like that actually might help out a little bit. You know? Because, oh god, if I act like there's lag, it might actually work out. You already used that one, buddy. Stop aiming at the same one that you already used. My poor brother, when he played this, I felt so sorry for him. He got killed by that move. Because it's actually possible to get hit by that twice. And if you do, it's very easy to die from it. You know? And I just remember being like, oh bro, because it was his final hit on Bowser too, just like it is now for me. And he died from that move. And I was just like, that is so unfair. You know? If I can somehow survive this, I get those coins. Of course, there's a chance that he might spray fire at me anyway. That counts. That counts. No, you've really beat me this time, Mario. I can't stand losing to you. My troops, worthless. They've turned over all the power stars. What? There are 120 in all? Amazing. There were some in the castle that I missed. Now I see peace returning to the world. Oh, I really hate that. I can't watch. I'm out of here. Just you wait until next time. Until then, keep that controller stick smoking. It's probably broken. Ha! Because Nintendo 64 controllers sucked back then. No, actually it's in really good shape because I got the replacement one. This bastard star doesn't even count towards your amount. It's just there so you can get this really awesome move. Now, my friend, who I told you about, who played this before too, well, actually an old friend of mine, really, he thought that that was the move you get. If you get 120 stars, you don't. You actually get a really interesting move, though, for your troubles. Like, don't think that this was all for naught, that you get nothing for doing this like in Sunshine. But can you really blame him in Sunshine? There really wasn't much that they could give you in that game. The game was massive enough as is. You think they could have spared any more for any special things? Some would say yes. Phew. Now behold, N64 voice acting. Some people say it's horrible. I don't. I'm not one of those people.
The stars is restored to the castle. And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special for you.
Bet your ass.
Here we go! Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake. For Mario.
Okay, I guess that'll do.
Mario!
Mario, what the hell are you staring at? Nah, I'm teasing, of course. I have to give my unique spin on this ending, of course. So that's basically all of Nintendo's Super Mario 64. Miyamoto made an amazing game, that's for sure. Of course, he's made lots of games, and I think he's still doing games too. Like, not as many as he used to, but he still helps out every now and then. Crazy to think. But no, he did an amazing job on this, that's for sure. And, this is one of those games, like I said, that I played to death, but I never actually 100%ed it for some reason. And it took me and my brother sitting down and saying, you know what, this time, we're not effing around. We're going to 100% this game to finally do it. And we took turns, but he basically wanted to be the one who completed it and, could tell, could feel like he accomplished everything, And I let him because that was awesome, And what's even funnier is I think in these little scenes, if you don't get the stars, they will actually show up as golden stars, I think. I want to be surprised at least. But yeah, it shows all the characters in the game and all that, and all the areas that you've explored, especially the ones you hate the most. But honestly, you know how I'm going to rate this. I'm going to rate it pretty well. But let's be honest here. So, let's start with graphics, shall we? Graphics. They hold up, but they still are only a 4 out of 5 in my... Yeah, he does. Charles Martin, I hope I got his name, is an amazing guy, by the way. But yeah, anyway, they get a 4 out of 5 in my opinion, because N64. And even though I'm on HD TV and game mode, it still looks amazing, but it's still pixelated, That's a problem you're gonna have. Gameplay, controls and all that. 3 out of 5, let's be honest. It takes learning a lot, and you see Yoshi up there, that's how you know you got 120.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
You're welcome. Anyway, let's do some more ratings of this, shall we? So, how about this? The story of the game. Obviously, it's your typical Bowser kidnapped Princess Peach, you found out about it, you came here, and you tried to help. 5 out of 5. Come on. You can't really get any better than that. Let's see. The difficulty curve. Now, here's where I'm going to be a little harsh on the game. Like I said, this is what people don't like about this game. It gets a 3 out of 5. Because, as what I said, it does, although it does feel if the first time you're playing the game, it does feel like they really do get you used to the game right away. Once you get to that second, that basement floor and then the second floor and all that, and you start doing those levels, you suddenly feel like all of the techniques you learned are for naught. Because especially if you don't know how to play this game, they become really difficult. But if you have played this game before, the score could be higher. But I have played the game before, so you'd think my score would be higher. But no, I want to say, honestly, unless you had a controller that was in perfect shape, you were bound to struggle with this game, and that's what sucks about it. But you can't blame them for that, of course, at the same time. That's why I gave him a 3. I could have been like some people and said, oh, I got a 1 because, the controls are balls. But no, that's not true. That's saying that the controls of Metal Gear Solid water balls because they didn't add in the first person view until later. But overall, this game, of course, gets a 4 out of 5 because it stands the test of time. And I feel like even way into the future, when video games are played on projectors or whoever knows what's going to happen, it still will be a game that I suspect people will reach and play. Because they will find this N64 and they'll be like, what's this? Or they will find a system that, they will find a game system from Nintendo that re-releases these games. And they'll be like, what's this? I'm going to try this out. And they will play it. And they will be like, wow, that's what games were like back then? That is amazing, And I feel like that is exactly how this game will always be to me. It'll always be a game where I can always just, be like, you know what, I feel like playing this game today. And I know that there's plenty of other games I could be playing, but this game still holds a special place in my heart and always will. Anyway, we're not finished yet. There is more, but you're going to have to wait till the next episode to see what I'm going to show you. Till then, everyone, bye.